Do you want to know the best things to do in Venice?
Well, we've made it to Venezia.
Venice is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, but it's no secret that it's also one of the busiest tourist cities in the world. In this video, we're going to show you the top things to do in Venice, but not just the popular tourist things. We're going to show you a couple more off the beaten path, lesser known hidden gems in Venice. Let's go. So we're standing in the middle of St Mark's Square. We couldn't fly our drone in Venice, so this is an Apple Maps flyover. St Mark is the patron saint of Venice, and this is the main square of the city. And the square is named after the cathedral at the end, St Mark's Cathedral, and that is its bell tower there, the Campanile. The square is lined with these beautiful buildings. Most of it dates from the 14th and 15th century.
Very impressive San Marco Square.
You'll find lots of cafes with outdoor seating, complete with orchestras lining the square.
Hey, bravo! St Mark's Cathedral was always covered up. Still got a bit of, obviously, scaffolding over it.
St Mark's Cathedral, or the Basilica San Marco, dates from the 11th century. It's built on the site of an earlier church. This cathedral is dedicated to St Mark the Evangelist and houses his relics. This was the private chapel of the Doge, or the ruler of the Venetian Republic. The church is built in the Byzantine style with 5 domes on the roof.
So here we are in the lineup for the Basilica. I've never been in this. All the times I've been to Venice, I've never been inside.
So you get your ticket here. Entry ticket is €3. Grazie. Immediately you step inside, you can see this opulence of the gold inside this cathedral. From the floors to the artworks on the walls and the ceilings, the entire cathedral is decorated with tiny mosaic tiles, many of them with gold leaf.
You can touch the gold mosaic. Wow, that's incredible. Here's the gold. It's nuts.
You'll probably get a sore neck walking around the interior of the cathedral, but it's so worth it. For an additional €7, you can go upstairs to the loggia where the museum and the quadriga, or the 4 horses, are located. All these mosaics are from the 13th and 14th centuries. And you get up close and see. And then from afar, how beautifully realistic they look. So these are the original 4 horses that were out the front. This quadriga was brought to Venice as part of the sack of Constantinople in the 4th Crusade. They were placed out the front, but in the 1980s the horses were taken down and placed here inside to prevent weather damage. And then we come outside to see where the replicas are now housed. So this is where the originals once stood. And from out here you can see some beautiful views over St Mark's Square. Nigel was determined to catch this ancient digital clock changing time. From the loggia you also get great views of the Doge's palace and out to the canal.
And we bid farewell to San Marco Basilica. That was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally. And well worth going up to the museum and the horses.
And we've made it to the famous bridge of... You guessed it, the Bridge of Sighs.
The Bridge of Sighs is one of the most famous and most photographed sites in all of Venice. It's always busy here. But it's an especially beautiful photo with the gondolas going beneath. The Bridge of Sighs connects the Doge's palace to the prisons, and it was given its name because when prisoners would be led across the bridge,
they would let out their sigh, knowing their fate.
that they would never see their beautiful city of Venice again.
I think I give out more than a sigh. Be more like a
wail.
more like a doll.
So next today we've got the Doge's Palace. The Doge's Palace dates back from the 14th century, and this was the residence of the Doge, and also the seat of all of the financial, political and judicial institutions of the Venetian Republic.
Another first for me. You've been here, haven't you?
I think so, but I don't remember it at all. So 30 euros gets you into this museum, and I think also the Correa Museum, which is at the other end of the square. So we've just stepped out into the courtyard of the Doge's Palace. Large bags are not allowed. We're dropping the bag off here at the cloakroom. Now, if you thought St Mark's Cathedral was opulent, just wait till you walk through this palace. A museum since 1923, the Doge's Palace contains artworks from some of the best Renaissance artists, including the Paradiso by Tintoretto, which is the longest painting on canvas in the world. It took the artist and his apprentices 4 years to finish. And how about all that gold?
This is the Senate room, is just there's an abundance of gold leaf.
Well, there's certainly no shortage of armaments here. Several rooms full of swords, armour, pikes, knives, crossbows, you name it. Nigel might be a while. There's the winged lion, the symbol of Venice. And now we're about to go down to the prisons and the Bridge of Sighs. And what a contrast to the palace. We walked through the prisons and we even got to walk across the Bridge of Sighs to get there and back.
Those are the doors to the actual cells, which you get to crouch down to get through. It's pretty grim. So the complete tour takes us further down into the nastiness. Luxury. Actually got a bed. I bet they didn't have mattresses. Andrea Vidali was here. Casanova spent a bit of time in it. But he got out. When he's let out. On good behaviour.
Looks like it.
So when you're good, you come out this little. Cool scene.
Yeah. And you're sighing with relief because they're letting you out.
As we farewell the wing line, as we walk out the gate. Yeah, seal of approval on the museums today.
The Campanile is the bell tower of St Mark's Cathedral. We knew we had to save this one for a sunny day. The entrance to the Campanile is 10 euros per person, and you actually go up with an elevator, a lift. The line wasn't very long, but it does take quite a while because obviously there's only a small lift that goes up in the centre, so we have to wait till the next people come down. So we've been in line for about half an hour. We are inside the building. We've got our tickets and now we're going through.
Oh, we're off.
The Campanile was built in the 11th century as a watchtower and to guide boats into the harbour. Next step, in the lift. The original tower collapsed in 1902 and was rebuilt in 1912. Wow, oh, it's beautiful.
It's cool.
Oh. The views from up here are absolutely fantastic as you can get full 360-degree views out over the island. Lagoons, see all the way over to Murano over there. Murano. Down into the square, the palace.
What do you reckon?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Pretty cool, eh?
Such a great view. You see down into the square. It's just beautiful up here. Before we leave St Mark's Square, we have one more must-do in Venice. Actually, this isn't really a must-do, but it's one of those YOLO moments. One of the most decadent and extravagant things we've ever done. Welcome to Cafe Florian. So the Cafe Florian is the oldest cafe in all of Venice and probably one of the most expensive. And yet we still had to line up to get in. Okay, we've been waiting a while to go in, but we're next in line. So we have our beautiful table. And they've just started playing the music again outside.
This is the view.
All we need is for them to start playing the girl from Ipanema. Buongiorno. We ordered 2 coffees, a sandwich and a selection of biscotti. Well, Nigel, here's to the most expensive coffees we've ever drank.
Salute.
Don't spill anything.
No. It's like a couple of dollars per sip.
Nice coffee though.
Nicest dude here.
That was our experience in the Cafe Florian.
Just unleashed the better part of almost $100 for coffee and nibbles, but oh well.
It's one of those experiences.
Got to be done.
Yeah.
Once in your life. It's kind of cool.
There was a card they put on the table saying it was €6 per person for the orchestra. However, we didn't get charged that, so that was a bonus.
It didn't appear to. That was a bonus, yeah. That would have been well over 100 then, if that's the case.
So you can either sit inside or outside. Prices are the same as to wherever you sit. I guess, yeah, it's just if you want the atmosphere of sitting outside, people watching, or...
Smoke a cigarette, but
yeah,
if you're a cigarette smoker, you might want to be outside.
But inside, I think in that beautiful, opulent 1720 cafe.
Over 300-year-old coffee shop.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
That was great.
It's good to do it for that, even just for that.
The most famous canal in Venice is the Grand Canal, which snakes like a backwards S through the centre of the island. One of our favourite things to do in Venice is to take a water bus along the Grand Canal, where you can marvel at the beautiful but decaying palazzos lining the waterway. Tickets cost €9.50 and last for 75 minutes. We caught the water bus from Piazza San Marco and got off at the casino stop, the first stop after the Rialto Bridge. Here's a tip. Make sure you get on the right water bus. We caught line number 2. The very first time I came to Venice, I got on a water bus expecting to go up the Grand Canal, and it went around the outside of the island. Quicker, but nowhere near as scenic. And we're off.
Right, so we've made it to the Rialto Bridge. I reckon, Susie.
The area around the Rialto Bridge is very touristy and you'll find lots of souvenir shops.
Doesn't get much more Venice, Venetian than this, is it, with all the masts?
Yeah.
Hey, big nose.
Taking a water bus is a quick way to get around, but Venice is a perfect city for walking. Remember, there's no cars on the island. From broad streets to tiny alleys, bridges and canals, take your time and just get lost here. Before mobile phones and Google Maps, it was a really fun challenge getting anywhere in the city. And you'll still find yellow signs pointing you in the direction of the major landmarks.
We've got a written sign there, so we can go right or left. What do you reckon?
Left for adventure.
Righto. Let's do it. Kind of a cool street. Right, we finally found some yellow signs. This does it to you all the time here in Venice. You can go that way to San Marco, or you can go that way to San Marco. Hang on, there you go. There for adventure again.
Entri nella stanza sono tutti stesi, i loro cuori ti hanno visto e si sono arresi. Ti guardo nello specchio e penso, ma come fai? La mente torna indietro al nostro primo incontro, storia, letto fine come in un racconto. Ti dico che sei bella e ti scherzi, ma quando mai? Dove siamo adesso? Un nuoto nei tuoi occhi, la parte migliore.
Of course, it wouldn't be Italy without the great food, and Venice is no exception. From an aperitivo with cicchetti, little snacks on bread, to pasta, pizza and gelato, the food in Venice is fantastic. Our tip? Head away from the touristy areas like St Mark's Square for more authentic Italian food. We loved this area on the north of the island, especially this bar. So we found a little bar to stop off and have an Aperol right on the canal.
It's been a nice area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice and quiet here.
It's been a bit of a hidden gem.
Yeah, our new favourite spot in Venice.
Yeah, because we've never been here before.
So we're in the area called Cannareggio.
Yeah, there you go. There's a sign right there. So it's to the north, and it's
Far
purely
away from San Marco.
purely by
and
chance.
Rialto.
Yeah, it's purely by chance that we got dropped off here by the
boat, yeah.
The boat.
Scarf.
And we thought, oh well, check this area out, and we love it.
Yeah.
We've just been hanging out for a good spaghetti alla vongole, eh? What do you got there, Susie?
A pizza.
A pizza, and a pizza.
A good pizza. As we're travelling in our camper van, we stayed on the mainland at the San Giuliano camper park, which is just across the lagoon from Venice. We are parked up in another car park. So yeah, this is where we're staying. It's right on the edge of the mainland. 18 euros per night. Supposedly you can stay for 48 hours. You can catch a private water bus here for 10 euros return. So this is the spot that the main ferry comes in from the parking place, the campsite. The water bus drops you off on the north side of Venice Island, and it's a 15-minute walk from there to San Marco. From this dock, you're only 200 metres from the dock for the boats to Murano and Burano. If you're spending more than a couple of days in Venice, we highly recommend taking a day trip out to the islands of Murano and Burano. To get to Murano, we're just going to walk up about 180 metres.
This will be the blue one now. So we're on the blue line.
The ferry to Murano takes about 10 minutes.
Well, that's it. We made it.
Welcome to Murano. So this island is really well known for the glass making. Way back when, in the 13th century, the glass makers were moved from the main island over to this island because of the danger of their furnaces setting fire to places. Being a glass maker, glass blower, was a very esteemed profession, even to the point that they got to marry their daughters into like noble and royal families. And it was a closely guarded secret just here in Murano for many centuries, and the glass makers were not supposed to take the secret away, but eventually they did, and it spread throughout Europe. Now the water level is really high today. You might have heard stories about Venice sinking, and some people predict that the waves will overtake the city by the end of this century. While the islands are sinking at the rate of about 1 millimetre per year, rising sea levels and high tides mean that at times in the winter, some parts of the city are already underwater.
Yeah, they've already got these temporary pavements out because the water's starting to come up.
I wouldn't mind seeing an actual glass blowing demonstration. I don't know if we're going to get to see that.
It's just nice over here because it's not nearly as hectic. Much quieter, yeah, way more relaxed.
And I was reading, Nigel, the industry is quite protected here, so it's pretty much guaranteed that the glass that you get here is made in Venice and Murano and not made in China. Buongiorno.
There you go. Okay, so we've turned off the main drag and walking down to a glass blowing furnace where we're hoping to catch a demonstration. Not sure if we're going to get let in here, but this is where it's all happening. We were unceremoniously ejected.
Yeah. Private glass blowing demonstration only. So we won't shop in this shop. Okay, so we've got our tickets for Murano, $9.50 each way. So it's quite expensive, given that we've already paid €16 return to Murano. If you're coming from the main Venice island, you can buy a day ticket for the water buses for €25. So after around a 30-minute boat journey, we have arrived at Murano. Murano is a small island, and this was originally where all of the Venetian lace was created. This was a craft that was done by the women, and each woman would specialise in one stitch, and there were around 7 stitches to create the perfect piece of lace, so they had to work together. So obviously it would take a very long time. Nowadays, most of the lace is made by machines. Nowadays, what Murano is most well known for is the beautiful, colourful houses. And we're really lucky that we've got such a beautiful, sunny day today.
Buongiorno. It's kind of pretty along here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is very leaning.
We have found somewhere for lunch, right on the main canal. Look at my pizza! I mean, apart from the fact that it has disgusting mushrooms on it.
That's good for me.
That's good for Nige. It's even got corn. And Nigel's spaghetti vongole has come out.
Yeah, it's so good.
Well, you know it's a good restaurant when people are lining up to dine here. I gotta say, this is one of the best pizzas I've had in all of Italy.
So this is where we had lunch, Ristorante Pizzeria del Principale. So good, 5-star. We had a great lunch there. Great location.
So after a wonderful day in Venice, there's really only one thing left to do. And
What's
this
happening?
is probably the number one thing to do in Venice.
We're going to get romantic.
Oh my gosh, are we?
Have a guess what we're going to do. You guessed it.
It's time to go for a gondola ride. Find a wine shop on the way. We've got our wine and our bicchieri, our plastic cups.
50 of them.
Count them, 50. There's people getting off the gondola, which could bode well for us. We might be able to get jumped straight on. So here we are. The number one thing to do in Venice, take a gondola ride.
Oh, I thought you were going to say drink wine.
Well, that too.
There's the Rialto,
Oh
look.
my God, look! This is amazing.
This is cool, mate. We're going down the Grand Canal. We're going to be...
Ciao. Oh God, we're tipping.
We're leaning. I suppose he's trying not to hit the thing. Pretty clever, actually. Good driving. Cool way to chill in.
Yeah.
Va bene, thank, grazie.
Grazie. Timed perfectly. Yeah. Cheers friends, we hope you've enjoyed this video and our best things to do in Venice. For another best of city guide, check out this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll be notified when our next video is released. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you next time.